Welcome back, everyone. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. We're going to get started on the next reading, which is going to be Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of November. It's going to be it from now until a month later. So, again, catching up with readings. I have moved house, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Tried to get this place into a decent enough state to where I could at least, get the readings going. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this done now. My previous setup, I did try to record, and I kept getting cut short during that period in time. So now it seems like the laptop is a bit more stable. Things are moving along. So I'm going to thank the tech gods for allowing me to be able to do this again. So, as always, if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future postings. And feel free to support me any way you can. Just chuck a few quid into the PayPal, indicated in the comments box below. Additionally, this goes for all of the tarot community. Please be aware of scammers. People messaging on WhatsApp, people messaging on Telegram and things like that. It's a lot of bollocks. Like, you don't really want to support those people, because then they steal content and they steal business from people who are actually trying to make an earnest living. So that's it. We're going to go straight into it. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the way I'm going to be doing things from now on, so that I can kind of get mentally into the flow of speaking to people. I want to go ahead and just focus on what's in front of me with the cards. So I shuffle now before going into the readings. And this is in no way to create a false sense of whatever. It's really just to kind of speed things up. So that gives me more time to ramble and banter and faff about during the reading. Anyways, we're going to get started on this. We're going to talk a little bit about the first card that we've got here. This is the Judgment in the reverse. This is how you're feeling at the current moment in time for Aquarius. So this is basically about either A, not acting quickly enough for something to happen and then a door is closing on you, or B, you have closed the door on something in the past and you are just not giving it a second chance at all. And the reason for this is because the challenge seems to be a person. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That was once part of your life. Now it seems that you're closing the door on that person. And, for whatever reason, that has taken place. So, that said, we're looking at this, in the past, what you're trying to do. Oh, actually, this popped into my head. Another thing that could take place from the challenge is that you're trying to find the confidence and the skill in order to move something forward. Because the King of Wands is someone who's an entrepreneur. They're someone who are very, very capable of taking, the reins of their life and being able to move things forward towards their desires. So maybe if you're struggling with that, it's probably like you feel like just giving up on it, or maybe not wanting to proceed forward with it at all. Now, moving to the situation that took place in the past, we have the High Priestess, which is the Aviatrix in here. In this deck, this is the Steampunk Tarot, which is absolutely one of my favorites, if not my favorite deck I've ever owned. I'm not going to quote that yet, because I do love a lot of the other decks that are here. We talk a lot about someone who has just remained silent. And in essence, you could say that you have the right to remain silent on something that took place in the past. Maybe you had to go silent on something or someone. You had to go into a period where you were just kind of listening to your intuition, but we'll clarify just to be absolutely certain. So, Three of Pentacles normally talks about workplace related things. It could talk a little bit about clarify that again. getting more pentacle energy. So what it is that in the past, I guess you were trying to just kind of focus a lot on the new responsibilities and tasks that you've had in the past. Because we have the Three of Pentacles and then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is all about learning new skills and new subject matters, so that way you can go ahead and move forward with a career, with a project, something that is important to you on the physical and material level. And in addition to that, Three of Pentacles means that you're working with other people, teammates, colleagues, potentially even friends for this project. It's all on a practical level. However, what we see moving into the future, and this concerns me a bit, we'll be honest about that. You come up to, if I can get this right, you come up to the Three of Swords and the Temperance in the reverse. So it seems like something is jarring your world and kind of making things a bit difficult for you. I'm hoping that it's nothing serious or like you experiencing some disappointment or heartache. We're going to go ahead and clarify what this is, just so I can kind of get understanding as to what's going on. What is causing this Three of Swords? What is causing the Three of Swords? So I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to bullshit. Maybe I've got Asperger's or something like that. It's a strong possibility, but we do see here we have the suspension tank, which is the Hangman, and then we have the Time Machine, which is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So this means that something's going to happen that's going to put you at an impasse where you're going to feel trapped and stuck. And I'm hoping that whatever it is, that you can take this warning, because it takes place in the near future, and rectify this before it happens. I would rather see you in a position where you have the ability to take control of your destiny, because the Time Machine or the Wheel of Fortune is about your destiny and your luck. You have the ability to kind of take this and have some control over your life and direction before this hits and fucks up your world, because that's the last thing that I want to see happen to you. And I'm just speaking intuitively right now. Be on your guard and don't cock up anything that's going to be important to you. I say this again because what you have here at the very core nature, you have the Devil in the reverse and you have the Six of Cups in the reverse, which means that you are trying to get over something that's made you feel really, really, really upset. And you're looking at the past negatively to the point where it's kind of arresting your development a bit and causing things in your life to become a bit stagnant. I'm going to clarify one thing from here. What is it that you're feeling negative about? What is it about? So you're feeling negative about missing an opportunity. And this opportunity, you really wanted to fight for this, and it seems like you didn't actually make the progress that you wanted on that. I'm going to say that this is work related because of the abundance of pentacles in all of this. And maybe I can clarify that a bit later on down the road. What we have here as your core, the energy that's known, the crown energy. We have the Lovers, which when we talk about that, this is about decisions, choices that we've made. Maybe feeling very strongly about something in another way, having a strong attachment or attraction to something. But I see this as the choices that you've made. Clarify the Lovers. Okay. Shit. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Let me be straight up with you. Start looking for a new job. I don't know why I get this. I don't know why I get this. If this is work related, start looking for a new job. Whatever has taken place in the recent past, it feels like with that King of Pentacles in the reverse, that your entire financials, status even is off balance. The choices that you've made are now leading to this downfall in your job. If this is romantic related, the choices that you made in the past have caused the stability of your relationship to go to shit. And now it's creating this sense of chaos in your life. I'm getting a very heavy energy off of this. Nervous energy that makes me feel like shit is about to hit the fan. And I'll explain that in a bit later when I look at the oracle card, because now what we have here towards the end of all of this, we have strength in reverse, and then we have the 8 of swords. So with these two cards, it tells us a lot about being exhausted, not having the courage to move forward, and being overwhelmed with thoughts that are pervading your mind and taking over your life. We want to avoid that situation. So it's going to be important for you to start finding a plan. If you plan ahead, you will succeed, or you will have greater chances of success. But I'm going to just tell it to you like this. All of these cards are kind of lining up with what I was explaining earlier, because the oracle card that I pulled for you is the Scythe. And the Scythe is about death. It is about endings. It is about sometimes disasters, things of that nature. Cruel incidences taking place. But we want to just really be careful that you are not one of these bales of wheat getting cold for harvest. Take the steps that you can take now to prepare for any disruptions that take place in your life. Uranus has finally finished its travels through Taurus, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's retrograded recently. But when Uranus moves into Gemini, it's going to have a lot of disruptive issues. And if it's retrograding in Taurus at the moment, this means that kind of anything goes when it comes to your financial stability, your money, your sense of comfort, your sense of self-worth and value. Have a solid, stable footing, both internally and externally, as within, so without. So that way you can better prepare yourself for the shocks that are coming. I say this because I just, when I pull the cards, that's pretty much what I get here. I know that you can do this here, Aquarius. You are ruled by Uranus. You have the ability to create quick decisions and to have ingenious solutions for things. So get on it, and I'm wishing you the best for that. Anyways, this is going to be my reading. It's not the most positive reading, but I don't sugarcoat or bullshit in any of these readings, and I just say what's on the cards. Thank you so much. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future postings. And additionally, if you would like to, feel free to support the channel in any way that you can. Chuck me a few quid in the PayPal, and that's going to be it for today. Until next time, thank you so much. Thank you for your love, support as I've been transitioning into this new life. And until next time, love and light. Bye now.